Hello, this is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and the project I'm sharing today for my Christmas Ornaments, Gifts, and Decor series are some easy jewelry gifts that you can put together in very little time and with very little effort. These are from a company called Craft Fantastic that I ran into at the Scrapbook Expo in May here in Denver, and I fell in love with their products, so I wanted to share them today. They have not given me anything or endorsed anything. This is strictly my own opinion, but I did want to let you know about it because I think what you get in the end is really, really amazing. So this is a photo of my dog that I'll be making one item with, and then the second one for the heart is image from an art image sheet of Mexican folk art that I purchased through Craft Fantastic. But there are a lot of art image sheets available from different companies as well. Their glue is called Fantastic Glaze and Glue, and then they have some jeweler's dots that you use as well. And then I get a Q-tip because I'm messy with my glue. So to make these, it's really easy. You just take the glue and you squirt, not a huge amount, but a decent size sort of puddle in the middle of your glass piece, and then you add a few dots around the outside edges, because you want to get enough glue on here that when you press this down onto your image, the glue is going to squish out and it's going to completely coat the area between the glass and the image. So hopefully you'll be able to kind of see this now. As I push this down, the glue is starting to ooze out from around the edges. Now I tend to go a little overboard on the glue, but the reason for that is that if you don't have enough, you're going to wind up with a bubble between the glass and your image, and that will be really obvious, and there's no way to fix it. You can peel off the glass from the image, but you won't be able to reuse the image. It's just once you put glue on it, it's done. So that's why you want to have enough glue on the first time when you press it down. Now you have a couple seconds where you can push the glass around to make sure that you get it positioned exactly where you want it on top of the image. I have had times when I've worked with this where the glass will slide and it can get off of the image. It won't be quite the way you wanted it. So it's something to spend a couple extra seconds just to make sure you've positioned it the way you want it. Now I'm going to set that aside to dry. It's not going to take long. It's maybe 30 to 40 seconds before that we can go on to step 2 with my dog pendant. But in the meantime, I'm going to work with this art image. So this is kind of a Mexican folk art sheet that I purchased through Craft Fantastic. They have a lot of different image sheets available if you like this kind of thing. They've got florals and birds and butterflies and Asian patterns and Christmas and Valentine's Day, you name it. So if you like those kinds of things, it's a really easy way to just purchase some for your own use. Now I'm using my Wink of Stella clear marker on this image just to add a little bit of glitter to the top of the rose. This paper is a little bit slick, so the Spectrum Noir sparkle marker does not work. It'll just beads up, so the Wink of Stella does. So just something to bear in mind if you want to add glitter to it. Now you can see I'm kind of trying to push my glass off the dog and it's not moving. So that's how I know that it's ready to go. So I can move on to step 2 here with my dog image. And that is basically just trimming off the excess paper, because once the image won't move anymore, it has bonded and you are good to go. It's not completely dry. As I'm holding this, it's still pretty cool on the back, so I know that glue is still setting, and it probably won't set for several hours at least. But it's bonded enough that I can keep working. So I'm just trimming off the paper. I'm just running my scissors right along the edge of the glass to trim off the excess paper. And you can always go back and kind of trim any little bits that maybe you missed the first time around. It's not hard to do at all. And then I just kind of feel along the edges to make sure I don't have any rough areas. Although it doesn't totally matter because I'm going to put this into a metal bezel, so those edges will be covered really. But I am a messy crafter, so I tend to get glue on the front of the glass as I'm making these. But that's okay because the glue is water soluble. So I'm just trying to scrape it off here with my fingernail, which works okay. Just make sure if you're going to try to scrape it off, you don't use anything that's going to scratch the glass. It needs to be something soft. But here I've got a baby wipe, and so I'm just taking the baby wipe, which is slightly damp, and just like running it over the glue on the glass to kind of soften it, and then I'll be able to scrape it off really easily. Now these are the jeweler's dots that I use to put the glass piece into the jewelry component. These are not like paper crafting glue dots. They are a lot more heavy duty than that. These are specifically designed for jewelry. So they bond to non-porous surfaces, they bond to porous surfaces, and they are designed to hold heavy things into like jewelry components. So paper crafting glue dots won't work, not for the long term anyway. Like your pieces will fall out eventually. If you want them to really stay in there for the long term, you need to get a jeweler's grade glue dot for this. You can also use E6000 jewelry glue if you're good with glue to adhere your glass into the jewelry component as well. I just like the jeweler's dots because, as you can see, I'm really messy with liquid glue as I'm scraping it all off here. And so the dots aren't as messy and they're really fast and easy. So that's why I like those. But either are an option for you. So if you like the E6000, definitely go for that. Now, I did want to mention as I'm doing this that paper is kind of an issue if you're going to print your own photos. You cannot use photo paper. Photo paper is sealed, and so the glue won't bond to it. The glue has to bond to a somewhat porous paper. So to print my photos, I use Epson brochure and flyer paper in a matte finish. I could not use plain paper because with my inkjet printer, photos on plain paper don't come out detailed enough. They're slightly blurry no matter how high a setting I put them on in terms of printing. So I needed to get something that was going to produce a pretty finely detailed photo, but not on photo paper. So the brochure and flyer paper does that for me, and it does it really well, and it works well with the glue as well. If you have a laser printer, you may be able to use plain paper. I don't know. If you can produce a really finely detailed photo on plain paper with a laser printer, then hey, go for it. But anyway, now you can see I am doing basically the exact same procedure with my second piece here, and just kind of scraping off the excess glue. The brochure paper, or the image paper that they print their images on, is a little bit slick. So that's why those, like, you have to be kind of careful what you can use on top of your images. So that's why with practice I have discovered that Wink of Stella works, Spectrum Noir does not. And that's it. Those two are done. Like, I just have to add the chains on here, basically, and I'll add a jump ring to the heart necklace, because if I hang it from a necklace right now, it will hang sideways, and so that's wrong. So I'm going to add a jump ring to finish it off. Now, jump rings are a really, really standard component in jewelry making. You can get them at Michael's here in the US. I'm sure there are craft stores in Europe and elsewhere where you're able to find jump rings. They're a pretty common component for jewelry making. Just bear in mind that when you open them, you don't twist them. You just open them like sideways in a straight motion, and then you close them back sideways in that same straight motion. You do not twist them open. If you twist them, you're going to mess up the orientation of it, and you won't be able to seal it back closed. But I would say if you haven't worked with jump rings before, definitely find a beginner jewelry making video and kind of get a feel for how to work with jump rings that way, because I'm not an expert. But I'm going to run my ball chain through, and once that is done, you'll see that I've got it so that it will hang correctly once you're going to put it on. Now, these metal components that are available through Craft Fantastic, they come in a ton of different styles. You can get everything from super plain to really ornate. They have both gold and silver finishes. You can get any number of shapes. You can make earrings, you can make bracelets, you can make pendants, you can make necklaces, you can make rings. I mean, there's a ton of different options. So, and they are also really, really heavyweight. Like once you feel these pieces after they're done, they feel really substantial. They don't feel like some cheapy little chintzy gift that you threw together at the last minute. They really feel like they are a nice quality present. Now here are a bunch of other ones that I have made using the various art images that I have gotten from them. But again, art images are available all over the internet, so you could easily find your own and just print them like I printed my photos. Just make sure you got the right paper. Here's one where I collaged together several elements. It was like a dragonfly and a butterfly with some paper on the back. Just make sure that if you're going to do that, that your images are flat. This is one I made with nail polish. So that was really easy and looks really kind of fun and very, very glittery. Oh, that has glitter in it too. And then this is a faux jersey quartz that I made using the Fantastic Glaze and Glue along with some glass glitter. And this guy I did, again, using nail polish. It's just a funky pattern that I painted onto the back of the glass, essentially. And this is another nail polish one of like a little cherry blossom scene. And this also is nail polish in a ring. And so, again, like they've got rings as options for pieces as well. And you could do keychains. They have all kinds of stuff. And here is a bracelet that I made using photos from a vacation that my husband and I took to St. Lucia. And it's a nice little keepsake. Now, I will mention the bracelet here is made out of plastic. So the plastic does not feel as substantial as the metal pieces. So if you're going to give a gift, I would say stick with the metal pieces. The plastic's great for like yourself, but doesn't feel quite as nice if you're going to give it as a gift. And there's a close-up look at the glitter on the rose. And again, a look at the various different types of images I have made. So I hope I've given you a little idea for a super easy and really fun way to personalize some jewelry pieces as gifts for friends or family members for the holidays. As I mentioned, I love craftfantastic.com. Please go there and check them out. They have not paid me or are endorsing this in any way. It's just I really like them, so I wanted to introduce them to you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Here are 2 more videos in my Ornaments, Gifts, and Decor series if you're interested. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and even better, subscribe to my channel. Happy holidays!